Hello everyone, I am Josh and welcome to this Sims 3 house building video. So today I am building another family home right next door to the last one I did, which was Timeless Family Home. And this one is called Cedar Heights because it's, made of cedar shingles and also because it's kind of raised up a bit, so I thought it was a suitable name. This house ends up having 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, so it's actually not as big as it looks. It's quite a large looking house, but it's really not that big on the inside, which I think a lot of that is just down to the garage, which takes up quite a bit of space of the first floor. As you can see here, I'm using constrained floor elevation to build this garage, at foundation height, and then stick a door on it. So, that takes up quite a bit of space on the first level, which is not a huge deal, right there's the kitchen, which is going to be behind the garage, and it's not a huge kitchen as well. But, it's a decently sized home. Again, this is actually not that long of a house build, which is quite nice. This is just, I think, the perfect length. I feel like a lot of my Sims 3 builds kind of go over that, but this one actually didn't take too long to make, which is nice. So yeah, as I said, this is a 4-bedroom home. You'll see as we get to the floor plan, which is, I think, a little later on. In this build, we do all of the landscaping first, and then we do all the interior. It's very nice and organized, which is very cool. I don't tend to do that. And you can see here right now I had these 3 kind of dormer things, which did not look so good, so I combined 2 of them into one, and then we kind of had this, 2 dormers, except one is much larger, and then I stuck a dormer on the roof and a couple chimneys, and it started coming together quite nicely. I also changed the roof to a hipped roof instead of a gable roof, which also helped, and just added a few details in here. It's actually quite a few dormers. There is a small attic on the 3rd floor, although there's no way to access it because there's just no place for stairs. It's also so small, there's no point really. But there are some dormers just around the roof that, make it look a little bit nicer. So there's one in the back of the house. And yeah, I also went for a green roof with this house. It actually goes quite well with the cedar shingles and the siding I put on. So right here, I do this interesting thing with the columns. So you have these wall segments, which then I later put columns on either side of, and then some railings in there, which you see I'm going to do that right now. So there's the railings, and then I will put the columns on either side of the wall segments like so, which I don't know, I think it looks pretty cool. It's not something I've ever done before, but it's just a nice touch, I guess. That makes it a bit more unique. So here's the floor plan, I think, maybe coming along, or I might do the windows first. So just getting some windows in here. Those are from University Life, and they're pretty nice windows. I use a bunch of different windows, so I got these smaller ones down the sides, and I put those in the dormers as well, which looks quite nice. The terrain here, I did the same sloped driveway thing I did with my last Sims 3 house build, except this one is going downwards, if that makes sense. It's going, well, it's always going downwards, but I mean, it's, because the garage, it's going upwards, actually. Yeah, it's going upwards, not downwards. Yeah, it's going upwards to the garage, as opposed to the other house where it went down to the garage. Because this garage is above ground. The other one was in the basement, so, it's, quite a different house. But it is right next door in Riverview here. I do plan on eventually filling out this neighborhood. I have no idea when that'll happen, but it's quite a few more empty lots on this street. But it's nice. It's like that empty street in Riverview. I think I added a few extra lots. Like this lot I'm building on right now is kind of a weird size. It's like 35 by 25 or something like that. Or 25 by 35, I guess. It's like, it goes back farther than, actually no, I think it might be, it looks kind of square. I don't know what the size is exactly, but I know 35 is one dimension. It's kind of a weird size. Usually they don't tend to have that, so it might be a custom placed lot that I put in. I don't remember, but I don't know if this lot is technically there in normal Riverview or not, but it's a nice spot anyway. Here I'm putting on this salmon colored siding, which I used a bit too much of it, so then I later added in the cedar shingles, which actually really look nice with it, so you can see that here. I use those the most on this house, at least on the 2nd floor. You'll see they kind of form the base, and then I use the siding kind of as a accent. I also put in some stone, of course. It looks pretty nice. I quite like the colors, and I think it goes pretty well with the dark green roof. I was a little unsure of it at first, but I think it looks pretty good. Excuse me. Anyway, you can see here I'm just putting in some more wall coverings, and also going to just put a bit more fencing over there. And this is the back porch. Nothing too fancy about the backyard in this house. It's not quite like the one next door because it's much smaller lot. So, well, I think the width is the same, but it doesn't go back as far, so there wasn't as much room for the backyard, so I ended up just having the deck, and that was pretty much it, so nothing too fancy. Here I put some white siding, I'm not siding, paneling on the front around the garage, because when you use constrained floor elevation like that, it kind of causes these weird angled walls, so if you don't use a vertical wallpaper, it gets really wonky, so that's why I did that. And here comes the stone, which is right now kind of gross color, but I think I change it. I do, there you go. And it goes up the chimneys, of course. You know, I think it looks pretty nice. I really like the look of this house. It does, for some reason though, look a lot bigger on the outside than it is on the inside. Like I said at the beginning, I think a lot of that's on the garage, but still, even on the second floor, for some reason it's just a big house. It kind of, it isn't a big house, but I mean it looks kind of imposing, which I think is nice. I mean, I think it's kind of a nice thing. I like it. Right now, I'm adding a little fancy touch here with a front light. So, you know, it's kind of just like a bit of a wall there, a retaining wall, and then I kind of put this light in it. And, you know, I think it looks pretty nice. And there you go, lovely. And yeah, just kind of a nice extra touch there. And right here, I'm putting some back stairs in, so it's got some back steps. You can see there's not much of a backyard at all. It's very small, but I guess that's all right. You know, not every house has to be built on a giant plot of land. Also, compared to my previous house, the one that's next door, not only is it smaller inside, but it's also less expensive by like 100,000 simoleons. And it's not like I skimmed or anything, it's just, I don't know, I guess it's that much smaller that it really costs quite a bit less, I think. I don't know, I could be wrong on that. Unless I don't know if I have the final number in mind, but I think it ends up being like 160 or 170,000. No, that could be totally wrong, I'm not sure. We'll see once we near the end, then we'll know. But anyway, you can see here I put in some landscaping, which is nice. I love the yellow flowers. I think it looks nice with a lot of the green bushes and stuff. And yeah, I think it's kind of a nice contrast. Also putting in some more bushes down the side of the driveway there, down the slope. There's basically a hill around the entire house. Obviously it's not very tall, just a small slope, but I think it looks nice. I like doing at least something with the terrain on my builds instead of just building on a completely flat lot. I just feel like, you know, the sloped driveway and then like the little bit of, you know, hilly terrain around the house just makes it look a bit more interesting than if it was just completely flat. Right here's the second floor layout. So I got 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms up there. There's also going to be another full bathroom on the first floor, and you can see it's kind of touching up the floor plan a bit. And yeah, so the master bedroom is the largest room there on the left. Right there, I'm putting the bed in it now. And yeah, all the rooms can fit double beds. I did put a bunk bed though in the kids' room, so it still fits 2 Sims. In fact, because this house is 4 bedrooms and each room can sleep 2 Sims, it actually is a big enough house to have room for, you know, a full-sized family. Because the most Sims you can have in the game without mods is 8 in one family, so this house could accommodate that fine. So even though it's not a huge house, because it has enough bedrooms, it's just there's not a lot of living space in the house. There's only like a living room and dining room, and that's it. The kitchen is fairly small too, so, you know, again, it's not a huge house, but oh well. Right here I'm putting in a fireplace. No, well, I had the chimney already, but putting in the fireplace, one thing that bothered me a bit is that the fireplace in the master bedroom is not centered with the bed, but I liked where the chimney was. I think it looked nice, so I didn't end up moving it over. So I just dealt with the off-centered fireplace there, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. I also put in a lot of built-in bookshelves here. You can see there's a couple in the master bedroom. I also put a couple in the living room as well. You know, it just kind of makes it look a little fancier. Right there, I'm putting in a little sun sculpture thing on top of the garage. I don't know. I felt like there needed to be something there, but you can't put like windows up there like you can in The Sims 4. The Sims 3 just doesn't allow that. And there's no really good ivy objects. At least I don't have Dragon Valley, which I believe came with some good ivy like objects, but I don't have that. So I just had to go with that thing. I guess it looks alright. Here I'm just adding some colors to everything, so all the railings and all the trim and stuff, just to make it look nice. I went with the white. It's actually the same color that's on all the windows and doors and stuff. It would have been easier to change the color before I placed the objects, but you know me, never make it easy. I don't know, I just like placing things first to get an idea of it and then coming back later and changing the colors. I don't know. So anyway, putting in some more windows around the house, and I think that's pretty much all the windows and everything done. That's pretty good. Here I'm going to put in the rest of the landscaping, so just coming down the side of the house here, just around the kitchen window there, got some nice yellow flowers and stuff, and I believe that is pretty much, yeah, I don't do much in the backyard. That's pretty much all that is for the side of the house. And in the backyard, it's kind of just a tree and a few bushes around the place. You know, it's fairly simple, but oh well. I mean, I kind of like the look of that. I didn't really want to do a whole fancy backyard with this house. It's also especially difficult because of the sloping ground there. There's not really much room to do anything, so I just kind of made a nice little grassy area. And here I'm putting in the terrain paint. Of course, it's always an essential part of landscaping in my opinion. It just needs to have terrain paint, otherwise it just looks unfinished to me, I don't know. So there we go, coming through underneath all the porches and stuff, you know, just so it looks good, and under all the plants and bushes and things like that. So yeah, lovely, beautiful terrain paint. And yeah, just adding the finishing touches to that, and also put the trash can on the back porch, a bit more terrain paint, and I believe that's all the landscaping done. So I mean, we got that out of the way, which is pretty good. And moving on now to the interior, I believe I start on the kitchen first, or no, is it the garage? I might start on the garage, I don't know, but usually I always start with the kitchen for some reason. I don't know why, it's just something that I always seem to do, is that I always just go straight for the kitchen, and that kind of, oh, I do go straight for the kitchen, here we go. So, yeah, it's a pretty small kitchen. It's kind of a galley style, so, you know, it's kind of long and narrow. It's not really like a hallway though, so I guess it's not a galley kitchen, but, you know, it has a back door outside. I also put a nice little table in the center, which you'll see I use two kind of end tables, and I kind of put them together in the center of the room. It looks pretty nice. Here I'm just changing the colors, got that nice marble countertop, and here comes the tables. There you go. So that's what I did. I just kind of put these two tables together. I thought it looks nice. It's obviously not functional in any way, but it kind of works because they're smaller than a normal table would be, or a counter, so they kind of fit down the center of the room, which is kind of cool. Anyhow, here's the flooring I used, which is just a stone flooring that kind of, you know, looks like a mosaic of some sort. Obviously it's not mosaic, but, you know, it's kind of an unnatural take on natural stone, you know, because clearly it's not naturally done, you know, they're obviously man-made, because it's like it's perfectly uniform color and everything, but it kind of just has an interesting look to it, I guess. I went for a blue tile on the walls as well. Here I'm just changing all the doors to a same color as everything else, and just spread the tile through the rest of the house. And yeah, here's the garage, which is a fairly simple room. I put the laundry room in here as well, so it's kind of like the laundry room slash garage area. There's not too much in it, but you do have a car, obviously. I don't know if you could fit two cars in here. It's possible. I think it's possible, yeah, but I only put one in here because I thought that was enough. And I also did this lovely stone flooring, which is just terrain paint, which I think looks kind of cool. I like to sometimes put terrain paint in the garage. I don't know if Sims will complain about that though, like saying, oh, the room's unfinished because there's no flooring. I don't know, but I think it looks kind of nice. And here I'm just changing these stair colors, so got some nice wood on there. Excuse me again. Yeah, so coming into the kitchen, back in the kitchen, where we have trash can, phone, dishwasher, fire alarm. I also put in a couple shelves and some pots and pans, you know, all the usual things. I put a shelf over that window there, which, you know, I wasn't intending to put anything there, just kind of to make it look like there's a part of the cabinets that goes over the window, I don't know. And here I'm just putting in the good old objects, the decorative items and things that kind of make it look like a real house, as opposed to like a model home that has like nothing in it and it's like completely bare. I don't know, do model homes have like knickknacks and paddywhacks in them, if you will? Like, I don't know, like right here I'm like putting in, you know, like a pitcher up there, and there's like, you know, some paper towel rolls in the kitchen. I don't think model homes do that, probably not, but you know, that's what makes it look more realistic, unless they do, I don't know. Could be wrong about model homes, who knows. Anyway, here I'm putting in a plant in the corner, which is quite nice, and just getting in some lighting. Of course, I put a light under the shelf there, just so the room's not too dark, because otherwise, you know, it's just one light on the ceiling is not enough, so I thought I'd brighten up the area under the shelf there. Anyway, this is the front hallway where you walk into the house, and I went for a red color, or kind of a salmony red-ish, orangish color on the walls, which is pretty nice. I think it's a nice color. I also went for a grayish blue color scheme in the living room here, with these interesting striped walls, and you know, it's an interesting contrast. I don't quite like the way that there's a border there where the two colors kind of bump up against each other. I put a column there, which is also kind of weird because it's blocking the window, but it's the only way I could get like a satisfying transition between the red and the gray. I don't know. I think it helps though. anyhow, this is the entranceway. Put in some lights, some nice wall lights as well. And I'm also going to put a few decorative items in here at some point, who knows when. Also, there's the upstairs hallway, which is fairly simple. The living room here is actually a pretty nice room. It's decently sized. You got a full bathroom off of it, and there's also a couple built-in bookshelves. Like, I say built-in, but they're not really built-in. I mean, they're just placed in some little alcoves there, but I think it's kind of nice. So here's the living room. You got, I believe it's 6 seats in here, so, you know, not enough if you have 8 Sims living in the house, but it's a nice, you know, sized living room here. Got this lovely leather couch and chair set that came with University Life, and also another chair in the corner. You know, only the couch really faces the fireplace slash TV, but I think it's alright. You know, it's not the end of the world. And here I was putting in some lamps and things and, you know, thingamabobbles, I don't know. And there's a bookshelf on the back wall. I'm not sure if Sims can really walk through there efficiently. I mean, obviously I didn't playtest the house, so I don't tend to do that. But I hope Sims can actually get through there because it's kind of cramped. You know, like, there's the chairs blocking that one side and the bookshelf. I don't know if Sims can fit between the bookshelf and the back of the couch. Hopefully they can. If not, oh well. Anyhow, there's a rug in there and also a, what's that thing again? A record player. Yes, a record player. Yeah, so, I don't know, I thought it was kind of interesting. It came with University Life as well, actually. And here I'm putting in some more decorative items and things, another lamp, you know, get a bit of extra lighting in the room, and some sconces on the walls. And I think that's pretty much this living room wrapped up here. So yeah, this is the full bathroom that's on the first floor. I really wanted to have a full bathroom on the first floor because there's only one guest bathroom upstairs, and there's 3 bedrooms that would, you know, have people in them that would want to use that bathroom. So I thought there should at least be another full bathroom in the house somewhere. So instead of putting a powder room downstairs, I decided to put in a full bathroom here. So you have a tub slash shower combination. You also have a toilet and sink, obviously, because that wouldn't really be a full bathroom without them. So there you go. It's a pretty nice bathroom. Matches the color scheme of the living room. Here is the dining room, which I went with a green color scheme for this. And, you know, kind of another 6-seat table. So again, the 8 Sims, you know, thing wouldn't quite work out. There'd be a couple Sims who wouldn't be able to sit at the dining table, but oh well. And it has a nice bay window there at the back of the room, which looks out over the back porch, which I think is pretty nice. Also putting in a little plant on the table. Also got in a, what do they call that thing? A china cabinet. Yes, indeed, china cabinet. And yeah, it's a fairly small room, which is kind of unfortunate. I don't know how many chairs that dining table are usable because they might be blocked by, like, the windows or that archway. I don't think the archway is a problem, but who knows? You know, but it's a small room. Also, there's a little buffet area there with a cabinet over it I put in. And some nice curtains on the windows. You know, you gotta get those in there to make it look a little bit more realistic, a little bit more cozy, a bit more detailed. And there's some plants in the corners and a nice little painting there. So, yeah, this is pretty much the first floor done already. You can see there's really not that much inside this house, not that much space inside this house. You know, it's a fairly small home. There's the yellow horse, which I forgot in my last house build. I was so upset about that. No, I wasn't. But, I mean, it was a little annoying because I've said in the past I always put that in every Sims 3 house build and then I forgot. So it's a little embarrassing, but I put it in this one, so never fear. The yellow horse is here. No problems, anyhow. Up here on the second floor, this is the second floor bathroom. So, you know, it's the only other bathroom on the second level besides the master bathroom, which is obviously an ensuite in the master bedroom, so it's not really meant for guests or, you know, the kids to be using it. So this is the guest bathroom upstairs, which is the only one, which is why I wanted a full bathroom downstairs. It's a fairly simple bathroom. You got double sinks because there's a lot of bedrooms. You know, there's only that one bathroom, so I think there might be a couple people using the bathroom at once, who knows. So I decided to throw in 2 sinks. Got that lovely shower there in the corner, and it's kind of a nice refreshing white and gray color scheme in there, which is nice. Anyway, now we're moving on to the master bedroom, which, you know, it's a fairly decent size here. You can see it's a pretty big room. You have a 4-poster bed, and there's also a fireplace. I did not put a TV over the fireplace, though, because it's not centered with the bed, so that would be kind of weird. So I opted for just putting nothing over the fireplace. But, you know, I put some stone on the wall, which looks quite nice, you can see there. And just going for a nice kind of light, calming color scheme, you know, something more relaxing. This is a bedroom, so you got that cream walls, and there's a bit of a soft kind of teal, turquoise, I think it's like a teal color, or a seafoam, dark seafoam, if that's a color, I don't know, on the bedspread and carpet there. And just getting in some nice Tiffany lamps, which I don't tend to use those, but, Yeah, I put them in here. I think those are Tiffany lamps. They're not very colorful, but I think they are technically those. Anyhow, putting in a few details. Here's another side table there against the wall with a nice mirror over it, and some oars, because why not, and a nice big rug, pretty nice room. There's no chairs or anything in here, but there just wasn't room. I didn't want to block the dresser or something, so didn't do that. And I think, I put an ottoman there at the end of the bed, but that's pretty much it otherwise. And I just put some objects on there, I think just some magazines. Yeah, so anyway, we're pretty much done with the master bedroom. Moving on now to the master bathroom, which is a decent-sized bathroom. We got double sinks and a separate tub and shower, so pretty fancy. And got the kind of nice green tile. Gosh, having all types of problems today. Anyhow, just continue on as though nothing happened. I got the nice green tile in the bathroom that matches the green kind of in the bedroom. I think it's quite nice. Anyway, pretty much done with this master bathroom already. Decent size there. I got the nice pebble flooring in there, which I think looks kind of cool. Although I imagine that wouldn't be very nice on your feet. It seems kind of like a rough flooring, but, maybe it's smooth. Who knows? Anyhow, there you go. Lovely. So moving on now to a guest bedroom, or a bedroom. It could be for whoever, I guess, but I designed it to be a guest bedroom because it's kind of smaller, and I like the bed a lot. I love the blue bedspread with that kind of burnt orange, like sheets and pillows. I think it looks really cool. And I also went for nice light gray walls in here and some gray curtains. It's actually a very nice bedroom. I like the color scheme a lot. I think it's kind of interesting. And I normally just make my pillows and sheets stuff in the beds just white and like put the color on the bedspread. But recently I've been trying to, do some multicolor options, where the pillows and stuff are a different color, than white. I think it looks kind of cool with the orange there. Anyhow, we're pretty much done with this bedroom. Actually, I think we are done with it. Yeah. So now we're moving on to the other guest bedroom, which could again be anyone's room. But again, I made this kind of the fancier guest room. I went with kind of like a taupe color on the pillows and this kind of soft pinkish color, salmon color on the bedspread. And it's a pretty big room here. So I think it's definitely the second biggest bedroom besides the master. I think, is it bigger than the master? I don't think so. I think it's one block smaller because there's that little notch in the corner, but otherwise I think it is about the same size. Anyhow, you can see here a nice armoire in here, and there's also a couple of chairs, which the master bedroom doesn't have, so this is kind of fancy. Got a couple of chairs in here, and I also put in, I think, a mirror, floor mirror probably, maybe, possibly, who knows, and just some other objects around the room. I think it's pretty nice. This could also probably be the master too. Like if you move the door over to that bathroom, the hall bathroom, and made that the ensuite, this could definitely be a master. And you could split the master to 2 separate bedrooms if you want to. That's also a thought, and you can make a 5-bedroom house that way. Anyway, I was going to put a computer desk in the hallway, but there wasn't room, so I just put the computer in the kids' room. So that is the only computer in the house, which is kind of unfortunate, but there's no study in this house, and there was no room in the living room for a computer, so I decided, oh well, and I just put it in the kids' room. The kids' room here is bunk beds. I went with like a nice green color scheme in here. There's also a bookshelf and a small dresser. It is the smallest bedroom, I think. I don't know, maybe this is about the same size as no, I think it is smaller than the other guest room, or about the same size. Actually, no, it could be exactly the same size. Anyway, I have a nice mirror there, some toys, and some other knickknacks and thingamagummies, and, all the usual kid-related items, and it looks pretty nice. It's just a nice little kid's room. Actually, I just realized I didn't put any posters on the walls. Oh well, a little small oversight. Anyhow, we're actually almost done here. There's only a minute left of building, so I hope you enjoyed this house build. There'll be some screenshots coming up after this building portion. And if you enjoyed this build, I'd greatly appreciate it if you check out my channel and consider subscribing if you like my other videos. And I also post updates and screenshots of houses I'm working on and stuff like that on Twitter, so I'd greatly appreciate it if you check out my Twitter account and consider following me there. There are links to my Twitter and Instagram accounts in the description below, as always. And here I'm just putting in the final touches now, just kind of, touching up the under roof areas. Added a little barbecue and a little lounge chair out the back on the back porch, which is pretty nice. And also touching up all the areas your Sims can't go with some just black flooring and walls, because I just like that, And yeah, so Add in some outdoor lighting as always. It's got some nice ceiling lights there, some porch lights, and then some landscape lighting as well, just so the house looks complete, whether it's day or night. And yeah, so anyway, I hope you enjoyed this build, and I hope to see you in the next one. So a few more touches. I'm just kind of stalling here for the last 10 seconds, as you do. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the video. Anyway, guys, have a great day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!